What if I told you there's a war coming that will make World War III look small? A battle so massive it will literally shake the entire planet. The Bible calls it the War of Gog and Magog, and it might be closer than you think. Stay with me. I'm talking about one of the most terrifying prophecies in Scripture. Found in Ezekiel chapters 38 and 39, this isn't some metaphor or symbolic story. This is a literal invasion that will change everything. The prophet Ezekiel describes a coalition of nations descending on Israel like a storm cloud. The leader? A mysterious figure called Gog, from the land of Magog. But who is Gog? And when will this happen? Ezekiel tells us that Gog is the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, ancient territories that many scholars believe correspond to regions in modern-day Russia and Turkey. But here's what's chilling. Gog won't come alone. The prophecy lists his allies. Persia, that's modern Iran. Put, likely Libya. Cush, which could be Sudan or Ethiopia. Gomer and Beth Togarmah, possibly Turkey and surrounding regions. Look at a map today. These nations? Many are already forming alliances against Israel right now. This isn't ancient history. This is tomorrow's headlines. So why would these nations attack Israel? Ezekiel gives us 3 reasons. First, plunder. They come to seize spoil and carry off loot. Israel today has massive natural gas reserves, technology, and wealth. Second, evil schemes. Gog thinks it's his idea, but God says, I will put hooks in your jaws, meaning God himself draws these nations into this trap. Third, divine timing. This happens when Israel is living securely, possibly after some peace agreement. They think they're safe. Then suddenly, armies surround them from the north. The text says, Gog will come with many peoples, a vast horde covering the land like a cloud. Horses, horsemen, shields, swords. Some scholars debate if this is ancient warfare or symbolic language for modern military might. But here's where it gets absolutely wild. Just when it looks like Israel is finished, God steps in personally. Ezekiel describes how God will unleash a great earthquake that shakes the entire land, followed by mass confusion where these armies will turn on each other in the chaos. Then come torrential rain, massive hailstones, fire and burning sulfur falling from the sky, along with pestilence and bloodshed sweeping through their ranks. 5/6 of this massive army will be destroyed. The weapons will burn for 7 years. The bodies will take 7 months to bury. This isn't a military victory. This is divine judgment. God says, I will display my glory among the nations. The whole world will know that the God of Israel is real. So when does this go down? Bible scholars debate this. Some say, before the tribulation, as a setup event that leads to the Antichrist's rise. Some say early in the tribulation, possibly connected to the peace covenant in Daniel chapter 9. And others say at the end, before Armageddon, as nations gather against Jerusalem. But here's what we know for certain. Ezekiel says it happens in the latter years and last days when Israel is regathered to their land. That happened in 1948. The stage is set. The actors are in position. The alliances are forming. Look, whether you believe this is literal or symbolic, one thing is undeniable. These prophecies written 2,600 years ago are describing the exact geopolitical situation we see today. Russia, Iran, Turkey, all positioned exactly as Ezekiel predicted. The question isn't if this will happen, but when. And more importantly, are you ready? Because if God can orchestrate world events like this, He's definitely in control of your life too. And more importantly, are you ready? Because if God can orchestrate world events like this, He's definitely in control of your life too. Drop a comment. Do you think we're living in the last days? Hit subscribe for more biblical prophecy explained. This is happening, people. Stay awake.